Hi, welcome to another episode of 2 Minutes on Tuesday. I'm Sam Miller of REMAX Realty, and tonight's topic is appraisal gap coverage. Now, a lot of you have heard of appraisal gap coverage before, but a lot of you don't understand how it works, the fundamentals, and why someone might do appraisal gap coverage. So I'm going to give you an example. Instead of reading you the definition of what it is, I'm going to show you practically why someone would want to do it and give you the background on when it's very beneficial. So set the stage by saying we got a house that's super hot, went on the market, and there's 10 people fighting over this house. And of the 10 people, there's 3 really good offers. We're going to say these are the 3 best offers we've got. The house is listed for $200,000, and the seller priced it at $200,000 because they don't want to mess around. They want this property sold. They've got plans once it's sold to go buy another property. They need to know they've got a rock solid deal. So the first offer is $200,000, conventional financing. That's it. So full price offer. Sounds good, right? So the second offer makes an offer of $210,000, but it's subject to the house financing, subject to it appraising for $210,000. Well, if the owner thought they could get $210,000 out of the house instead of $200,000, they'd have listed it at $210,000. So the issue is there's probably going to be a shortage on the appraisal. If the house appraises it for $200,000 and the buyer agreed to pay $210,000, and the buyer doesn't have the money to come up with the difference, their loan could be denied, or they would be notified that there's a discrepancy in the appraisal, and the buyer either has to come up with the money or they may ask the seller to lower the price. So now here's offer number 3, which is by far our best offer. Offer number 3, let's say, is $210,000. So price-wise, it's equal to offer number 2, except offer number 3 has something called appraisal gap coverage. Offer number 3 says in the event that the house doesn't appraise for $210,000, that buyer agrees to cover the difference from the $200,000 to the $210,000 in cash. So the seller obviously likes offer number 3 better, because if the house only appraises at $200,000, the seller's still going to get their $210,000, and he's not worried about is the buyer going to be able to borrow the difference, because it doesn't matter. The buyer will pay cash for the difference if the house doesn't appraise. So the seller's feeling really warm and fuzzy about offer number 3. They're able to make permanent plans of what they're going to do with that money and go off and put another house under contract, not worried if their deal's going to close, because the appraisal gap that may happen is covered in cash by offer number 3. So that's the fundamentals of how appraisal gap coverage works. There are cases where people don't offer the full amount of appraisal gap coverage. They may offer $5,000 above whatever the appraisal is, and usually that's when they have $5,000 available. A lot of times, if it's a really good deal, they'll find a way to cover the difference, even if they go to family to borrow the extra cash to cover it temporarily if they think they're getting a good value. So anyway, appraisal gap coverage, that's tonight's topic. Hope you guys are doing super fantastic. If you've got questions, add a comment down below, or always feel free to call us, 740-397-7800. Sam Miller, REMAX Realty, and I'll come back to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.